Hey guys, it's me Travis with BetKarma.com, the BetKarma app. This is the newly updated video on the how to use the PrizePicks Predictor. So I had a video, which you see in the top left of the site, but by the time you watch this video link will already be changed. But since we first brought out the PrizePicks Predictor well over a year ago, I made a video similar to this and I added to the top. Watch how to use the player prop predictor. I've had a lot of questions over the last year, a lot of confusion with people saying like, well, this. I feel like I'm not using this right. I'm losing this play, or it's not hitting enough for my 6 picks and all these things. And so I felt it was necessary to redo this video with all the updated frequently asked questions and comments and concerns for everybody that's been using this tool with us for the last year or so. So let's go right to it as if we met for the first time, or as if I explain this for the first time. So this is the PrizePicks Predictor. Anything I explain in this video is the exact same rule of thumb and tips and tricks as the Underdog Predictor. So this is just, the tools are exactly the same, except for the line is actually what the PrizePicks app is showing you that very second. And then for Underdog Predictor, the Underdog line is the same thing. What the Underdog app is showing you that given second. The projections are similar unless it's like fantasy scoring where the scoring is slightly different. But that's the overall gist. So anything I say, if you favor Underdog more and use the Underdog Predictor more, this video, the exact same. So, step number 1 to being successful using the BetKarma.com or BetKarma app predictor tools, stop playing 6 picks. Stop it. You will never, ever win in the long run if you are only playing 6 picks. I did not create this tool for you to play nothing but 6 picks and come to me in the Discord or Facebook or email support or whatever saying, Travis, I signed up for BetKarma Premium, but I've lost, majority of my 6 picks using the tool. This tool not only is not created for 6 picks, but playing nothing but 6 picks is dumb, it's stupid, and you should stop doing it. You want to win money more often than you lose money. 6 picks is the opposite of that. So, how to use this tool to win? Stop playing 6 picks. Now, there is a bankroll management strategy that is in the Discord, but for those who haven't read it or don't pay attention to any of the tips and tricks and just like complaining, I'll explain it for you here real quick. 20-80-20 is the rule of thumb you need to follow to be successful in the long run, not just on PrizePicks or Underdog, but in betting, with regular DFS, any of that stuff. Follow the 20-80-20 rule, and you will profit month over month, while everyone else that's only playing 6 picks is like, hey, how are you still making money when I had to deposit for the 6th time in 7 days? 20-80-20. Let me explain this for you guys real quick. The first number, 20. At any given time, you should only wager or risk 20% of your entire bankroll. If you deposit $100 into your PrizePicks account, only wager at any given point, at one time, $20 of that $100, because that's 20%. You should not deposit $100 in your PrizePicks account and then play $100 on a 6-pick or anything for that matter, because that is 100% of your bankroll, and we're talking about 20% of your bankroll. So I'm using just $100. I'm using a round even number to help explain this. So the first rule of the 20-80-20, only 20% is wagered at a given time. If you put $1,000 on there, then you can have $200 at a given time, 20% of your bankroll. Of the 20% that you have on your PrizePicks slips, of the 20% of your bankroll, you don't have to do 20%. If you want to play it even smaller and do 10%, 5%, 1%, doesn't matter. The rule is up to 20% at any given time. So let's say, like I said, round hole numbers, $100, $20 is what we're having risked at one given time. Of that $20, so of that 20%, that is the max of your bankroll to be wagered at one given time, of that $20 or that 20%, or the $20 in this example, 80% of that $20 goes towards the safer plays. If you're familiar with terms, DFS terms, the cash plays, the double ups, the 50-50s, and in this case, the 2 picks and sometimes those 3 picks. Those are the safer plays. 2 picks, 3 picks. You can't do 1 picks on PrizePicks. You can do 2s, you can do 3s. The 2s and the 3s are the safer plays. That's what 80% of your contest selection is, of your slip selection. 80% of your $20, of your 20%, that goes to the 2s and the 3s. Keep in mind, I didn't just say 6. I said 2s and 3s. Now, what do we do with the other 20%? that is what you can put towards, using DFS terms again, those GPPs, those tournaments. So you have 80% of the $20 of the 20% is towards the 2s and the 3s picks. The other 20% goes to the 4 and 5 picks. So of your 20% and $20 in this example, 80% of that 2s and 3s, 20% of that 4s and 5s. Keep in mind, at no point did I say play a 6 pick. Stop playing the 6 picks. But Travis, they pay out so much more money. Stop it. There's a reason they put up that multiplier. There's a reason that it's offered. That's how they make all their money back. Stop playing 6 picks. 80% of your contest, 2s and 3s. 20% of your contest, 4s and 5s. So now that we have that understanding, let's utilize a tool with the understanding that you're not playing 6 picks anymore, and you're playing majority 2s and 3s, which is why you see a lot of 2s and 3 winning screenshots out of the 10,000 screenshots we have in our Discord. All right, now that we're off that tangent, let's focus on the tool. So, because MLB is going on right now, and if you're like, oh, Travis, I watched this in football season, is it the same? Yes, it's the same. It doesn't matter the sport. You still use the exact same way. The stats do change, of course, from sport to sport, though, but the concept is the same. My personal preference doesn't have to be yours. When it comes to PrizePicks and it's MLB season, my favorite stats are strikeouts and fantasy points for pitchers. Those two, in my opinion, and what I've seen over the last 1,000 years working for this company and running this company, those are the more easier things to predict, unless there's like a crazy line on a hitter. Now, some other people may crush total base props for hitters and suck at pitching props. To each their own. For me personally, I'm not saying this is a rule of thumb. For me personally, I've had more success with the strikeouts and the pitcher props, or just any of the pitcher props, even in the outs, maybe even in the earned runs. But pitcher props, in my experience, for me, more easier to predict. That being said, we have strikeouts pulled up here. So let's just pretend you didn't watch the previous video for whatever reason. This is the first time you're seeing me explain how to use this tool. I'm going to go through all the columns. I'm going to explain how to use it and explain how you can best build those 2s and those 3s, which again are 80% of what you're going to be playing after you watch this video and you sign up for the BetKarma Premium to get access to this. 80% what you're playing are 2s and 3s, so I'm going to explain how to build the perfect 2 or 3 stack. So the first thing we want to pay attention to is projection. Projection, which actually is a sortable column here, also difference as well. So on load, the difference is sorted, because that's the one thing you want to pay attention to the most when it comes to the PrizePicks Predictor. So projection is what the AI tool, what the AI models are saying is going to happen. So they're saying that Aaron Nola of the Phillies, for this game today, is projected to get 6.3 strikeouts. The line, if you remember at the beginning of the video, this is what is offered from PrizePicks at that given moment. So the line for PrizePicks is 5. So Aaron Nola on PrizePicks is over under 5 strikeouts. We're saying he's going to get 6.3. And by we're saying, I mean our AI model is saying that's going to happen. So what's the difference between 6.3 and 5? It is 1.30. So this number on the left side of difference is the actual difference between this number and this number. The percentage difference between this number and this number. So 6.3 is 26% greater than 5. It is the percentage difference between this and this, 26%. And that is how we rank them, by the percentage difference. So if we're saying Aaron Nola is going to get 6.3 and PrizePicks is saying you can go over under 5, well, we're going to recommend going over because 6.3 is 1.3 higher than 5. So the side column just utilizes, is this number greater or lesser than the line? It's greater, so you go over. We do a step further. We give you this column called the Sportsbook Consensus. Sportsbook Consensus is the average of all of the sports books, what they have for this particular prop on the sports books. So even though PrizePicks is technically not a sports book, we still want to show you what the sports books are saying. So the average for sports books is 4.5. So PrizePicks actually has a line that's juiced a little higher than the traditional sports book. So you could go over, I don't know, let's just pick a random sports book. So let's just say FanDuel Sportsbook has 4.5. If you want to go over, and you have the option and you're in a state that has sports betting, it's a lot smarter to go over on FanDuel if FanDuel had it at 4.5 than to just go over 5. Because if it's over 4.5 and he gets 5 exactly, then you hit. If you go over or under 5 and he hits 5 exactly, it's a push and it doesn't count. It's a wash. It voids out. So always search for the best line possible if you have multiple options. most states have PrizePicks and Underdog, but there is a lot of states out there that just have PrizePicks. So just pay attention to what your options are. But yeah, so that is the gist of how this works. So for me building a line, for example, I would come and I'd be like, okay, are there any lines in here that I really, really like? Well, for strikeouts, so this is just a tip for MLB. You get in Discord, ask me questions about other sports. For MLB, for strikeouts, I always like when this number is 1 or higher, because that is a decent enough difference for me to pay attention to. So I think these are the only two. I mean, 0.9 is pretty close. These three here are 0.9. That's pretty close, but these are definitely 23% higher percentage difference and stuff. So I would look 1.3. I definitely like Aaronola over 5. 1.4 difference. I like Severino under 6. And that's a 2-pick, which remember is what 80% of our contests are. Stop going. There's too many people since we put this tool out that'll literally just go over 5, under 6, under 4.5, over 4.5, under 5, under 4, and then let's just say two of them lose, and or one of them loses. Oh my gosh, this tool sucks. I didn't get 100% of them right. It's not made for 6 picks. Focus on 2s and 3s, which are now, if you listen to the strategy, the 20-80-20, are 80% of what you're playing. Now let's go to another stat here. Like I said, another one I like is fantasy points for pitchers. Now, the caveat, the thing I want to mention here, with the fantasy point projections, what the algorithm is saying is going to happen, the wins are not a part of it. So that is something to pay attention to. So if you're like, man, that's a huge gap between 27 and 37. So let's say, what is a win? Is it 7 points on PrizePicks, I think? Something like that. So if you believe without a shadow of doubt that Hunter Brown is going to get registered the win for the Astros game, then go ahead and add whatever, I think it's 7 points for a win. Add 7 to this. So that would put him at 34, which still is less than 37. Now, if you don't think he's going to win, that's where this number comes from. This number is unrelated to if the pitcher wins the game. So keep in mind that is something to pay attention to. The hitters, you don't need to do plus or minus. That is just that projection is what they expect to happen. So we have, Cody Bellinger is projected to get 11.3 fantasy points. His line on PrizePicks right now is 7. It's a pretty decent difference. He doesn't have to homer to get over 7, but it probably has to homer to get 11.3, unless it's a crazy multi-hit game. But then, come here and look, okay, what are the best options? Not what are the 6 best options. What are the best options? And go through every single stat. It drives me nuts when people come in here and they go, well, I only do total bases. I only like total bases. That is not how you win. You find the best possible outcomes. Spend however long it takes you every single day. Go through this and just go through every single possible stat in the filter and either write them down or just memorize them and say, like, okay, these are the best fantasy point hitter stats. These are the best strikeout stats. And then be like, okay, out of all of the ones of the best of all of these stats, which one do I feel more confident in myself and doing a 2 or a 3 pick with? And then once you do 80 and you put 80% of your money towards those, then you can go back and be like, okay, now that I have 20% of that left, of the 80-20 split of the bankroll, of the 20% of the bankroll I'm putting in today, let me do the 4s and the 5s. Let me add a few more of those players that were still nice plays in the other stats. Let me add a few of them to those other slips. You also don't have to do MLB only. The best part about PrizePicks is you can mix the sports between each other. So here's WNBA. So maybe we look at WNBA for points, and we see that Shatori here has 2.81 more points. And even Sophie's got a big difference here as well with 3.26 in the under. So if you only find one strikeout prop on MLB and you find one points play on WNBA, that's a 2-pick, which again is 80% of what you're playing. So the main thing I stress here for the millionth time: 1, stop doing 6 picks. Stop it. 2, 20-80-20. Stop wagering all of your money. I see so many screenshots of people posting in the Discord like, what do you think this is going to hit? If or 2, let's just say 2 out of the 5 have already hit and the 3 are playing, they're like, what do you think is going to hit? And I'll see that they wagered $50 on the slip, on the 4-pick or 5-pick, and then I see their bank account, their PrizePicks account has $0 left, which means they wagered their entire thing. No, 20-80-20. only have 20% risk at any given time, because maybe it's a horrible night where crazy things happen beyond what the predictor can possibly predict. Horrible night, and let's say you lose that 20%. You still have 80% of your bankroll, so you don't have to deposit again. You don't have to deposit tomorrow. You just keep doing that, and then you're going to win enough over time where, yes, it's baby steps, it's slowly growing it, but wouldn't you rather only deposit one time than deposit every other night because you're risking all of your bankroll? 20, 80, 20. Please, promise you, just listen to me. Stop playing six picks, 20, 80, 20. If you have any questions about the PrizePicks Predictor, you can ask me in the Discord. If you're like, what the heck is Discord? It's a chat room, it's an app, it's the best chat room app. But if your second question is, well, how do I get in that? All you have to do here, if you're on the Bet Karma app, it's in the same spot, the left here, chat room, click on it. It'll definitely take you instantly to the Discord, and then all you have to do is follow the steps, which is the hardest part for some reason. Follow the steps in the channel called Start Here. As long as you follow those steps in the Start Here channel, which helps you sync your account, you'll get access to all the accounts or all the channels. But yeah, that is the newly updated PrizePicks Predictor. I definitely want to stress the six pick part because every single person who has been upset with this tool, every single slip they've showed me has been a six pick. Not what this is designed for. It's designed to win money. It's designed to win more than you lose more and profit month over month, not by hitting six picks. Any questions? Let me know. But that is how to use the PrizePicks Predictor and also technically how to use the Underdog Predictor. See you guys next time.